Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Aaron Rodgers responds to Mike Williams' red line Instagram post. One hashtag can create a news story all on its own. After scoring his first touchdown as a Pittsburgh Steeler, and for the season, in Sunday's win over the Washington Commanders, Mike Williams celebrated the moment with an Instagram post that featured the hashtag redline. Many believed it was a reference and shot at New York Jets QB Aaron Rodgers and his public criticism of Williams not running the red line that led to a game-losing interception versus the Buffalo Bills. While Williams has denied that was the intent, Rodgers was still asked about it in a Wednesday meeting with the New York media. "I didn't see it," Rodgers said before being informed what Williams posted. "That's fine. I don't have a reaction. I like Mike. I'm happy for Mike." You can see the exchange below via @Snijets. Rodgers is smiling as the reporters give him the background. Asked about the post earlier today, Williams said the caption was a comment about his career, not a play. "Nah, that wasn't it at all," he said on Gojo and Golic when asked if the post was meant to troll Rodgers. "I made a name on the red line. That's what I'm good at. Playing on the red line." Since being traded, Rodgers and Williams admitted things didn't work out together. Both cited Williams' rehab off his 2023 ACL tear as a factor, preventing them from getting valuable spring and summer reps to get chemistry and timing down. Rodgers is a stickler for details and receivers not making mistakes, and Williams had his fair share with the Jets. Rodgers' message has been consistent since the trade, reacting to it in real time on Pat McAfee's show, where he wished Williams well with Pittsburgh. In a world where most players do the talking on social media, especially with wide receivers and their habit of cryptic social media messages, it was a reasonable interpretation. No matter his intent, Rodgers' dismissal is the right one. There's no need to make it more of a story than it's already become. For the 3-7 Jets, who have already fired their head coach and are trying to figure out how to make their season semi-respectable, Rodgers has much bigger things to worry about than what Mike Williams is posting on Instagram. DeSean Elliott wants to retire with Steelers, invites Marlon Humphrey to follow suit. With Patrick Queen, DeSean Elliott, and Jeremiah Moon, the Pittsburgh Steelers will likely have 3 former Baltimore Ravens on the field at the same time against their former team on Sunday. Queen and Elliott are staples of the defense, while Moon is a rotational pass rusher, and injuries will dictate that he see snaps with Alex Highsmith out. While they all enjoyed their time in Baltimore, though, they all seem to appreciate being with the Steelers. On former Ravens teammate Marlon Humphrey's podcast, DeSean Elliott even took things a step further. Sure, he has some preferences for Baltimore over Pittsburgh. But he believes in the Steelers. He has found his forever home, professionally. "I do love Pittsburgh. I love the mentality. I love when I first got out here and you come out of that tunnel and you see the yellow bridges everywhere, and then as you're going over that bridge, you see the stadium," Elliott said, signing with the Steelers this offseason as a free agent. "You get to the facility and it's a winning culture. It reminds me a lot of Baltimore as well. There's championship DNA, working hard, gritty, very detailed." Elliott also talked about HC Mike Tomlin and how he values having a head coach who is sincere in his faith and passionate about his community. He called the fan base like a cult, and one that's amazing, playing to home crowds in away stadiums. "Every away game that we've had, they're there. Hopefully I'm here until I retire. I would love to be able to play here," DeSean Elliott added. But he didn't quite stop there, speaking to Marlon Humphrey. "Honestly, at the end of your career, if you ever decide to," he added, before trailing off playfully. "No. Can't do that," Humphrey responded. The Ravens originally drafted DeSean Elliott in the 6th round back in 2018. He played his first 4 seasons there, but as he pointed out to Humphrey after having called him a traitor, he said Ravens GM Eric DeCosta had a chance to sign me back and he chose not to. He chose to sign number 32, Marcus Williams. "Yeah, I'm putting it out there, I don't give a f********. Instead of returning to the Ravens, Elliott spent the 2022 season with the Detroit Lions. After playing with a Miami Dolphins team last year that he called soft, he finally feels home with the Steelers. He said in Pittsburgh they have a collective of hard-minded individuals, implying he had not had that since playing in Baltimore. And in his first season as a member of the Steelers, DeSean Elliott is arguably having a career year. Statistically, he has 64 tackles, including 3 for loss, with an interception, a forced fumble, 4 passes defensed, and a fumble recovery. You see his impact on tape even more, though, because his sure tackling in the open field has really made a difference. Elliott is still 27 years old, so he actually has a decent amount of his career left if he continues to play well. He signed a 2-year, $6 million contract with the Steelers this offseason, so is on the books for 2025. By the time his contract expires, he will be going into his age 29 season. But he still has another season and a half to get through first. Up to this point, though, he is looking like the Steelers' next Ryan Clark. Aaron Rodgers reveals his thoughts on Mike Williams' success with Steelers. After going without a touchdown during his entire short stint with the New York Jets, veteran wide receiver Mike Williams got off to a hot start with his new team in Week 10, helping the Pittsburgh Steelers get the best of the Washington Commanders, with 1 reception for 32 yards and a touchdown. With the Jets and superstar quarterback Aaron Rodgers unable to make things work with Williams, the team traded him to the Steelers ahead of the NFL trade deadline recently, which was an anticipated move, especially after New York acquired superstar wide receiver Davante Adams in a deal with the Las Vegas Raiders. There seemed to be some bad blood between Rodgers and Williams, as the veteran quarterback appeared to grow increasingly frustrated with Williams due to some crucial drops in games. Although Rodgers has denied any rift with Williams and has wished him the best in Pittsburgh, the 4-time NFL MVP continues to field questions from the media about his old teammate. This week, Rodgers was asked about Williams seemingly trolling him on his Instagram account and said the following via Jets videos. "I like Mike, I'm happy for Mike," Rodgers said. Whether Rodgers and Williams ever saw eye to eye in New York doesn't matter anymore, with the Jets struggling and potentially on the verge of missing the NFL playoffs and the Steelers looking like a legitimate Super Bowl title contender in the AFC. It remains to be seen if Williams will have some long-term success in Pittsburgh, but it does seem like he's in a better place while New York continues to work through its struggles in the second half of the 2024 NFL season. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Aaron Rodgers? Leave your opinion in the comments.